Good morning, everyone. Today, it should come as no surprise that I am doing yet another Undertale drawing. I know I've done a little mini Undertale video on this channel before, and there are probably about a quadrillion Undertale-related posts over on my Instagram, but I figured that it's a game that's loved by a lot of people, and it makes me want to share my love for it even more. I really like how sometimes when I post something on my Instagram that has a really big fan following, like I did like a Lilo and Stitch drawing and some other fan art things, I like the ability that it has to start conversations and bring people together. I think that's really nice. Although, yeah, I know the Undertale fandom can be kind of scary at times, but that is besides the point. This game has recently impacted my life because I just played through it for the second time like a week ago. I think I finished. The first time was quite honestly a disaster. I remember I had a friend who was pretty obsessed over it at the time, and she brought her laptop to my house so she could share it with me, which was so nice of her. Except she didn't anticipate that I freaking royally fail at video games. I always have. Like, I didn't really grow up with them when I was a kid. I mean, I did have like a little Game Boy Advance, which I used to play cat games and like Lilo and Stitch games, I think. But I don't know, I didn't grow up with video games in the way a lot of other kids did. So when my friend brought this game over to me, I didn't know how to do any of the puzzles. The boss fights really like terrified me actually, which is kind of embarrassing to say. So she ended up doing probably 60% of the difficult parts for me, the actual parts that make it a game instead of just a movie or something. But yeah, recently I've been going through kind of a mildly tough time. I just graduated college and now I'm, young adult trying to find my place, whatever. And I remembered that I loved the story of Undertale, and I thought it would be, hi Reagan, how are you? Okay, I'm sorry about that. My little sister just ran outside and sneaked up on me, scared the crud out of me. Usually when I film videos, I kind of like hide behind this hill in my yard so that people don't I don't know. My YouTube channel is kind of a secret from my family because knowing them, they'd make an enormous deal out of it. Like, oh my goodness, you're gonna be a celebrity. So for the most part, I kind of try to do it when they're not around. I don't care if they find out about it, but whatever. I don't know, she's scared of me so bad. Oh my goodness. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, no, I do. I thought the game would be so much more rewarding if I went through and I did it myself, and I actually did the puzzles correctly and stuff like that. And I just did. I bought it for myself, and I spent so long trying to defeat all the bosses, but I did it, and I'm pretty proud. And now, long story short, I cannot stop listening to the soundtrack. I've listened to nothing else for like the past 2 weeks, and I can't stop drawing it, and it's just, I don't know. It's very important to me recently, and I'm pretty proud that I've accomplished it. Anyway, I guess I should probably discuss the drawing itself, because that is what you clicked on the video for. Without giving too many spoilers, Mettaton, who's that tall, Barbie-like robot dude, is a character that I wasn't too fond of during my first playthrough, but now I sincerely adore him. I don't know, I kind of thought he was more of a filler character. Well, he kind of is. He's kind of like a comic relief character that doesn't have a ton to do with the main story. I don't know. For some reason, now that I've had time to reflect on the game, I like him a lot more than I did. Also, spoiler alert, I didn't know about the relationship between him and the little ghost dude named Napstablook, also until very recently, because I feel like it's kind of a hidden mini-story that you have to piece together throughout playing the game. Like, it's not ever explicitly said, it's not very obvious. At least it's not for me, who royally fails at video games. Some other people, I don't know, they might have found it out right away. It's just meh. But, yeah. I knew I wanted to draw the two of them together, And I also threw little Frisk in there as sort of a composition builder, because otherwise it would be a big empty space and it would be really top heavy, especially with little Blukey up in the corner there. But I guess in hindsight, I probably should have put like Chiron or the Mad Dummy in Frisk's place, because they go along better with their little mini story of those two characters. But I didn't think about that, so Frisk is there, but they turned out really cute, so I'm not mad at it. It's fine. Next, I should probably address why I wanted to have this drawing going across like 2 pages of my sketchbook like this, or maybe like why it's in my sketchbook at all. I get asked all the time why I do finished pieces in my sketchbook, when a lot of people seem to have this notion that it should be for doodles and sketches and like brainstorming things instead of finished colorful things. And that's mostly because I don't want to buy and store paper for every single drawing I do, because like I've mentioned before, I still live in my parents' house. I don't have access to lots of cabinets and places where I can store paper, and actually, I kid you not, I probably only have like 2 square feet of wall space left, because I have so many drawings hanging on my walls, and it's kind of a problem. I need to move out pretty badly. That's a joke. I have a good gig here, but still, I do wish I had more space so I could spread out all my stuff. Also, I had the drawing oriented this way on my sketchbook, mostly just because I liked it, to be quite honest. And also because Mettaton's long legs wouldn't fit all that well if I did it the other way around. My process for creating this drawing was not that much different from how I do like 98% of my work. I think I've mentioned before on this channel that I kind of have a thing for using like 87 different types of materials in one drawing, because different tools are naturally better at making different textures. For example, I almost always use watercolor when trying to get a cloudy effect, which is kind of what I did for the pink galaxy background thing. I also almost always use markers to fill in basic colors, because they have the ability to lay down a smooth one color pretty quickly. And I almost always use colored pencils for fine details, because they can be sharpened very finely. One thing that I did kind of differently on this drawing was going back in with like a metallic gold ink to just kind of accent the fact that Mettaton is a metallic thing. He's a robot. And that's something I thought would be really difficult for me when I began this drawing, but I'm so happy I did it, and I used this texture that is kind of difficult for me, because I think it turned out pretty well. He looks shiny. I don't know if he looks realistically metallic, but he looks shiny. But if you ever have any questions about the materials that I use, you ever want me to go more in depth about it, just ask. I sincerely love talking to you guys. Maybe one of these days I'll even make like a Q&A type video if I get enough questions. I don't know. I have no plans for it, but if you want it, I'll do it, sure. Speaking of talking to me, I would majorly appreciate if you would check out my Instagram account, which the link is in the description, of course. I try to post every day there. That doesn't always work, but I try. So you get a lot more content from me than you do over here. Also, if I ever reach like a significant amount of followers, like 1,000 or whatever, I want to try to do a giveaway or something, but that's pretty far off, so I'm not really concerned about that right now. That's kind of just an incentive to go join my little family over there. But anyway, if you did make it this far, then I really sincerely appreciate you watching. Kindly let me know if you liked it. If you want to drop me a like or a subscribe or whatever, that's cool. I'm not gonna force you, but I would like that. I wouldn't be mad at that. But I hope you have a gorgeous, lovely day. And yeah, I will see you next time, which hopefully will be less than 6 months. Inside joke. Goodbye!